Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. So guys, make sure to smash the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button, share the video, of course, guys. I really appreciate all of you guys that liked the video yesterday. I saw a lot of likes on that video. I really appreciate it. Guys, as you know, it really helps me. So make sure to smash the like button. We need to get back to where we were. So smash the like button. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Artur Beterbiev has got injured. Hence why the Anthony Yarde fight, which was a mandatory defense, has now been cancelled. Or postponed, cancelled. I don't know what's going to happen. He's a mandatory, so I suppose the fight's going to have to be rescheduled. It's not good news. It's not good news because Artur Beterbiev is 37 years of age. He's not young and a spring chicken. And to be honest with you, all this does is really gives guys like Bivol, Canelo, a much better chance because he's getting older. And now that he's got injured, I don't know exactly what the injury is. Artur Beterbiev he's gonna start to slow down. He's getting closer to 40 years of age. He's gonna slow down. So once you slow down, you guys like Bivol, if Bivol is young, he's fresh, let me see if I can find what actually happened to Artur Beterbiev. Let's see, I should have probably had this article up anyway. But Artur Beterbiev, what happened to him? Why is he out of the fight? So it says here, so injured Artur Beterbiev. So let's find out, let's see what it says. So Artur Beterbiev appears to be done for the year. So he's not going to fight all year. So the fight's not going to be rescheduled for December. It says boxing scene has learned that the plans of IBF, fighting Anthony Yarde, an undisclosed injury suffered by Beterbiev. So undisclosed injury, so we don't know what. He hasn't discussed what the injury is. They're keeping it under wraps. So hopefully it's not anything serious. But again, these things happen at 37 years of age. I'm 30 years of age, and sometimes when I go to the gym, I feel stiff. I feel like, oh, my shoulder, this, that, and the other. 37, training at that in kind of intensity. Your body, it's getting older. It's getting older. It's getting harder for him to recover. So, yeah, I do think that... Look, I think Beterbiev would destroy Yarde, but you never know. Like, it might not be the worst time for Yarde. This might not be the worst thing for Yarde, because if Artur Beterbiev is injured and he comes back, we don't know what kind of injury. They haven't disclosed it. They haven't disclosed what kind of injury. Is that intentional? Because maybe it's an injury that a boxer can take advantage of if they know what the injury is. Maybe it's a serious injury, an injury that's going to affect his career moving forward, so they haven't disclosed it. So Yarde, this might not be the worst thing for Yarde, because it might not be a bad thing fighting Artur Beterbiev after this. Straight after his comeback from his injury, is he going to be rushed back? I'm pretty sure they're going to take their time. I don't know. Maybe he gets, who knows? I'm pretty sure he'll get an exemption. I'm pretty sure they won't get stripped. I think is it the IBF that he's fighting for? What's he mandatory for? I think it was WBO mandatory, sorry. He's a WBO mandatory. Yeah, that rings a bell because Frank Warren has a very good relationship with the WBO. But yeah, I think Artur Beterbiev needs the big fights now. I don't know if Artur Beterbiev can make a Bivol fight right away. I don't know what the mandatory situation is with Anthony Yarde. And I don't know whether the WBO would sanction an undisputed fight, because normally they say unification fights take precedent over normal mandatories. If that's the case, if I was Artur Beterbiev and his team, I think I would be looking to make that Dimitri Bivol fight as soon as possible, because as the older Beterbiev gets, the harder it's going to get for Beterbiev. Life isn't going to become easier for Artur Beterbiev. It's only going to get harder from here on in. He's 37. Getting nearer to 40, it's not easy. I know he's a young 37, and what I mean by that is that he's not had a lot of miles on the clock. He's not had a lot of tough fights, as a pro. But again, he's had a long amateur career. He's had a long amateur career, and 37 is 37. Your body's 37. So again, he's just got injured. As you get older, more injuries do occur in a body, because like I said, the joints become weaker, your body becomes weaker. This is a very hardened man, very tough man, an Iron Man almost. But nonetheless, a 37-year-old is a 37-year-old, and boxing is a young man's game. It's a young man's game. So Anthony Yarde, I don't think he can beat Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev is too skilled. I think he's too good. But you could beat someone like Beterbiev by default. If he gets old and he gets old overnight, Yarde might be able to beat him. Who knows? You know, like I said, it's an undisclosed injury. They haven't told us the injury. So obviously, it may be serious. It may be a serious injury. Otherwise, why wouldn't they disclose the injury? You know, so I am worried for Artur Beterbiev, because Artur Beterbiev really hasn't got the big fights yet. And unfortunately for Artur Beterbiev, it might be a case when he gets the big fights, he might be past his best. You know, Artur Beterbiev needs the fights right now. He needs to fight. Essentially, he needs to fight Bivol now. He needs to fight Canelo if he's going to get that fight now. You know, as the years go by, this man's going to become more beatable. And someone's going to end up beating him if he carries on fighting that, you know, wouldn't have beaten him a couple years earlier. And that's what happens to some of these guys. And this is why I've never understood why these guys stay amateur for so long. They must be obviously well funded and getting paid a lot of money to stay amateur. Whereas I think in the UK, I think obviously the big money is in the pros, you know, but maybe in other countries it works other ways. Maybe they have a, you know, they put a lot of emphasis on fighters that are amateur and fund them really well. We don't know the score. Because it seems to me like they don't turn pro till late, you know. They have extensive amateur careers where they're fighting 300 times, and then they turn pro late. And that's the disadvantage. Beterbiev has had, what, 19, 20 fights? Was he 19 fights? I think, he's 18-0, Beterbiev. So 18 fights. 18 fights, I mean, for a 37-year-old, it's not a lot of fights. So how many fights is he going to be able to have? You know, he's probably going to only have like 25, 26 fights. He's 37. How many fights can he have? You know, so again, he's probably only going to have a career of 24, 25 fights. And, you know, in that many fights, he could become undisputed. And that could be his career done. Maybe he'd be happy with that. In just 20 fights. So essentially, if he fights Yarde, the next fight after that, he'd probably want Bivol. So he's got 3 belts. He could potentially become undisputed in 20 fights. And that's the thing. These guys are really skilled and really good, like Usyk, Beterbiev. So they're capable of doing that. They don't have to have many fights because they have such extensive amateur backgrounds. They're so mature. They're such mature fighters that they don't really need a lot of fights. They can get right into it right away. You know, and hence why he's already a unified champion, 3 belts, I mean, in 18 fights. You know, you don't get that in Britain because generally the British fighters don't have extensive amateur careers like that, you know, because the big money is turning pro. You know, look at someone like Amir Khan, for example. He became an Olympic silver medalist at 17. If that was maybe a Ukrainian fighter or a Russian fighter, maybe they would have carried on as an amateur and probably tried for him to win gold. You know, because there was a lot of time when Amir Khan was there was a lot of talk about him staying as an Olympian. But I think the money that was thrown at Amir Khan when he won the silver medal at 17, the money that was thrown, it was just too hard for him not to turn pro. Whereas these guys, I think, probably get funded well, so they stay amateur. There obviously must be a reason. There must be a reason for it, because you wouldn't stay amateur for that long. They obviously get funded very well. Whereas here in Britain, it's more lucrative to turn pro, and hence why you see a lot of these guys turning pro at a younger age. Like I said, Amir Khan was 17 when he won his silver medal. It probably made more sense for him to have one more Olympics, because even if he had turned pro at 21, that's still young. Even if he won a gold, it would have made a lot of sense. He still would have, you know, but at the same time, he turned pro at 17, and in 4 years' time, he was a world champion. In 5 years' time, he was a unified champion, Khan. So it probably was the right call for him to turn pro, because he ended up becoming a world champion. So yeah, so sometimes it's it's a tricky one. But for someone like Beterbiev, because he's such a mature fighter and so skilled, it makes a lot of sense for him to jump into big fights, you know, right away. Lomachenko went into a world title fight in his second fight because these guys are effectively mature. They're effectively pros. They've had that much experience. So yeah, look, I'm hoping that Beterbiev's injury isn't anything severe, but he is 37 years of age, so I fear the worst, and I fear that, you know, somebody could get him at the right time, and Yarde might be getting him at the right time. He's 37 years of age. You know, that's not young. It doesn't matter whether he's a young 37, his fights have been easy, whatever. 37 is 37, and your body isn't going to be able to function that well at 37, 38, 39, 40. It's just not. He's now going to have to recover from this injury. Then he's going to have to come back. Yeah, I think Yarde. If Yarde can't beat him now, Yarde is never going to beat him. Really, I don't think Yarde's going to beat him anyway. But the point is that Yarde has probably got the best chance to beat him because of this situation, the injury, the fact that he's older. You know, this is a great opportunity for Yarde. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And also, if Beterbiev does face Bivol, this might make Bivol a much bigger favorite. I mean, you know, Bivol is the younger man. He's the fresher man. He's got time on his side. You know, Beterbiev is only going to get older. It's going to make the fight for Bivol, I think, probably a little easier, to be honest. I always favored Beterbiev, but you have to take these things into consideration. Beterbiev is older. He's now got injured. We don't know what the injury is. It's undisclosed injury. You know, all of these things add up. So I actually think that let's see how he looks against Yarde, and then we'll take it from there. But again, this is disappointing news because looking forward to this fight. You know, and it was penciled in for October. You know, I don't think that was it. No, we'll likely stay busy. Well, Yarde looks like he's going to fight in November anyway, but Beterbiev, I don't think he's going to fight. So yeah, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Disappointing news because I was looking forward to this fight. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.